Blood of Dawnwalker. The guys behind this game are the same guys that were behind The Witcher 3, the same guys that were behind Cyberpunk 2077. Rebel Wolves is their name. They're a bunch of guys. They made their own studio. They're chasing something ambitious. We'll see what comes of it. Here's a quote from their website. This is from the Rebel Wolves website, which is kind of interactive and kind of interesting. Now, a website is no indication as to whether a game's going to be good or not. We hear about these great games, and some come out as super stinkers. Here's the quote. "We want to fuel the genre with deep stories, rich mechanics, and daring concept built to surprise and inspire. That very desire inspired our narrative sandbox concept. It's a way of putting the story in your hands and letting you experience it entirely on your own terms." Now, we've all heard that before. We'll see what happens, but as I said, with games like The Witcher 3, The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, Cyberpunk 2077, these are some big games. We have a design director, art director, narrative director, creative director, and CEO and game director of The Witcher and Cyberpunk. So we've got a lot of big names on this game. It's set to come out sometime in 2026. There is not an exact month and date to it. We'll see if it gets delayed or if it ends up getting pushed out. GTA 6, November 19th, 2026 is the projected date. Of course, it's been delayed before, but in a quarterly earnings conference call, they released and re-established the fact that November 19 is the day. They also added some bullet points in their quarterly call. They said, "One of the most successful, iconic, and critically acclaimed brands in all of entertainment. The franchise has sold in nearly 465 million units." That's a lot of units. It's a lot of games. Rockstar Games released their first trailer in December of 2023 and the second in May of 2025. As a YouTube exclusive, Trailer 1 broke the record for the biggest non-music video debut on the platform at over 93 million views in 24 hours. It has become a meme. Everyone's waiting for this game. Trailer 2, the cross-platform debut, is the biggest video launch of all time. That's a pretty big feat, with over 475 million views in 24 hours. As I stated, it's been delayed, but we'll see if it comes out. There's 2 trailers, as aforementioned, and I don't know if you're a player of these games, but they seem to be, what's the word? We'll see what happens. I'm gonna curb my bets here. We'll see what happens. Crimson Desert, coming out March 19, 2026. Very soon. Development is done for the game, so we're not gonna have any delays like in GTA. The game has gone gold, which means it's ready for manufacturing, physical disc printing, and digital distribution. That just means that there shouldn't be any huge delays. Maybe if there's a manufacturer that has a backup or a glitch or, some kind of issue. Most likely we're going to see this game. Black Desert, the predecessor, was an open world. It was easy to traverse. It had auto pathing and a lot of valuable stuff that makes your life easier. There was an auto path feature. The combat was phenomenal. The unique enemies changed based on the terrain. The combat systems had about 1 billion combos. You could string together a long list of combos: punch, kick, dash, side to side. I mean, it's all these combos. You can't remember them all. I couldn't anyways. I'm not an MMO guy myself, but I hopped on the game and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being able to explore a very beautiful and very different world from what I'm used to. These aren't creators based in the States. Their art is different. The creatures that you attack are different. I found it enjoyable for how unique these enemies looked and felt. I felt that it was lacking in tutorial. It was hard to get into. It's to this day, I don't know how to play the game. I just hop in, hope for the best. It's not intuitive. It's not simple. It's not self-explanatory, but it's a steep learning curve, especially if you're not into the MMO genre. You're going to be, but it does have a very nice character creator, if that's your thing. A fair amount of characters to play as. Department. The voice acting was a little lackluster. The animation, the faces, how they looked, it wasn't doing it for me, but a lot to explore. It seeks to be ambitious. A lot of things that we're seeing in the trailers seem to be setting itself apart. And the hope would be that this game will be more approachable, because Black Desert certainly wasn't. Even though it had its positive qualities, it was, you know, hard to get into. So hopefully they'll make it a little more intuitive, a little easier. I remember at first, Black Desert, it was hard finding it at all for a number of years. It wasn't in English. So just to play it was a challenge at first. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in MMA documentaries, that is where I've been spending a lot of my time away from this channel. I also obviously have a passion for video games, but if MMA is your thing, I do documentaries on fighters or people that have achieved a high level of greatness. Appreciate you staying tuned to this channel. We'll see you soon.